Hi, this is Elsa P. back with part 2 of my series on the Saturn return. You can catch up by clicking the link below. Now, I promised to tell some stories of specific individuals, what happened at their Saturn return, so you could see the variety of how this plays and how personal it is to the person. Because there's a myth out there that everyone is a wreck at 27, and you got to hurry and get yourself together, and you suck, and all that kind of stuff. Well, this is just simply not the case. So each of the stories I'm going to tell, hopefully they're going to illustrate different points. And I'm going to start with by talking about my grandfather Henry, and he's an interesting character. I'll link him below too. But he is a double Capricorn, Saturn ruled, and he had a stellium in Sagittarius, like 4 planets in Sagittarius. So he's just dominated his chart. And he was born poor, very poor, but he managed to educate himself. And as a double Capricorn, you want to achieve, and he did. He wound up being a professor at the local university, which is, suits his chart. He's an authority figure with a Capricorn teaching at a university, which is the Sagittarius. But here comes, it looks like he did pretty well. He went from nowhere, to the top. However, at the time of the Saturn return, he realized he was on the wrong mountain. He didn't like it. He didn't like it. So it was somebody else's idea of achievement, and he was just a different kind of soul. So he quit his job, and he was forced to go start at the bottom. He started building mud houses. How humble is that? The problem with teaching at the university is you have to be inside, and he was an outdoor person. He wanted to work outside, so now he's working outside. He's working with his hands. He's working in the dirt. He liked to climb mountains, and so he took up mountain climbing, at a Saturn return, and he, climbed mountains all over the country. But he had a particular mountain that he liked. He climbed it 122 times. He had a very good life. And but you can see that he he defined himself as an eccentric, because he gave up what was, other people think is achieving, for what he thought was achieving, which was to have time to sit outside, listen to music, study philosophy, and travel around, meet people, interview people from different religions. People would come to his house all the time, every kind of religion you can think of, and hang out with him because he was just cool. So this is an example of somebody who had already achieved, and you have to start over. So this is my first twist on the Saturn return. I'll come back with another story. This is Elsa P. at ElsaElsa.com. See ya.